healings, guided meditations, teaching our kids about energy, teaching our kids the mindful pieces of how to focus on what we want instead of what we don't want. We're going to talk about the law of attraction. Maybe you've heard it with Abraham Hicks. Lee Harris also talks a little bit about it. Some of these amazing people that have seen it in their lives or have brought it to share with so many amazing people. And I feel like parents, we need this right now more than ever. We need to learn how to tune into our hearts because there is so much parenting philosophies. There are so many parenting books and podcasts and all of these things out there, online courses. There's amazing work out there. But every child is different. Every single parent, plus every parent couple, if you have that situation, are different. And so we really need to tune into our hearts, have our partner tune into their hearts, and work together to find what is best for our kids. Hi, Conscious Parents, it's Carrie here, and I am here with a little info about raising our mindful kids. I've got some tips and tricks about breaking free of the box and becoming who you are and teaching your kids how to do that along the way. Join us. Hi there, parents, and welcome back. It's Carrie, your friendly intuitive mama here, and I'm so excited to connect with you today. We have a lot of changes that have been happening at Heart to Heart Parents. There's been a undercurrent of spiritual parenting that has really come into the mainstream of Heart to Heart Parents, and we are now looking at changing our name. It's going to be the Spiritual Parent instead of Heart to Heart Parents because I really want to put it out there so you guys can really understand what you're tuning in and listening to. So for those of you who have followed along in this journey with us, I am so excited to transition into this new version. We're still going to have amazing, wonderful, deeply connected guests and still going to have bonus episodes, individual episodes with Carrie, myself, and I love sharing some of these journeys with you. So let me tell you a little bit about why I'm doing this. When I originally started Heart to Heart Parents, I wanted to connect with parents going through this journey of raising amazing, highly sensitive kids, but also all kids. Raising kids in itself can sometimes be a journey. And if you are a parent that is ready to open yourself up, to connect with yourself and heal and grow and learn in your parenting journey, then you are ready to be a spiritual parent. And so as I have continued on this journey, it's been about almost 18 months plus the 6 months to a year that I worked before I started the podcast. So it's almost been about 2.5 years now that I've been working on this journey myself, and then also taking my husband on the journey too. One day I was looking at having a therapist for my kids. I was looking at this therapy center locally here that a psychologist had recommended, and I think it's a really cool, not a spiritual center, a really cool therapy center. And as you know, I was a speech therapist, and an early intervention specialist with speech therapy. So I really had this background of evidence-based practice, and we've done a lot of evidence-based practice for our kids. We've done things like OT and cognitive behavioral therapy for some kids area, as well as some therapies for myself and my husband to help us learn about how to support our kids. So I went to this center and they have OTs, SLPs, counselors, a lot of different staff on staff. And I started to talk with them about what can you provide for my kids? And here's what my kids look like. And as I started to describe to them, the contact person I was talking to was like, okay, I don't know what we can do. Let me put you with my manager. I'm going to set up a meeting with the manager of the clinic because I don't know how we can help you. Okay, cool. All right. So I meet with them and I describe all of these therapy approaches and things that we have done. And I described how my kids really hold it all in when they're outside in everyday environment. And then as soon as they come home, they just open up and let it all out. And my husband and I are pretty much the only ones that ever see, and their sibling, each other, are the only ones that ever see this side of them that really needs to connect with us and needs to connect with themselves in this spiritual journey. So as I was talking to the manager of this amazing clinic nearby, she was like, honestly, there's not much we can do left for you. You've done a lot of things. You've given them a lot of tools, and there's not much we can do. And I was like, wow, that's interesting, but I'm still having some things I need help with. And, in that moment, I turned into my heart and I understood it's time for some energy work. It's time for some spiritual shifts. It's time for Carrie to continue learning and growing and healing in her parenting journey, because they are the reflection of us, right? If they are still having moments of challenges in them, they're reflecting to me that, hey, Carrie, you're not enlightened yet. You're not Eckhart Tolle. You've still got pieces of you. Even Eckhart Tolle probably has pieces of him. Everybody, because we're living a human experience, has pieces of us that we can still work on in our hearts, in our intuitions, in our souls and spirits. So I have embarked in learning other tools. Reiki has been a huge helper for me, and my son actually asks for Reiki at night now. It's amazing. He has understand how it helps to ground him, how it helps to calm him, how it helps to release energy from the day and renew himself for the next day. So as we continue down this, I've really learned that I need to blossom into the spiritual side, because that has actually, hands down, it has been the biggest changer in my kids' lives. And guess what? It's not just my kids. It's been the biggest changer in my life, and it's been the biggest changer in my husband's life. So as I embark in starting to change the name of our podcast, we're now going to be The Spiritual Parent. I hope that you continue on this journey with me. We are now going to be talking about things we're still talking about: energy work, healings, guided meditations, teaching our kids about energy, teaching our kids the mindful pieces of how to focus on what we want instead of what we don't want. We're going to talk about the law of attraction. Maybe you've heard it with Abraham Hicks. Lee Harris also talks a little bit about it. Some of these amazing people that have seen it in their lives or have brought it to share with so many amazing people. And I feel like parents, we need this right now more than ever. We need to learn how to tune into our hearts, because there is so much parenting philosophies. There are so many parenting books and podcasts and all of these things out there, online courses. There's amazing work out there. But every child is different. Every single parent, plus every parent couple, if you have that situation, are different. And so we really need to tune into our hearts, have our partner tune into their hearts, and work together to find what is best for our kids. That is something we talk about on The Spiritual Parent, is how to hear our hearts. That's a huge piece of the puzzle, right? So join us in this parenting journey. We're going to keep helping you find the next door to open for yourselves. When one door shuts and somebody says, there's nothing I can do, you've done all of the therapies. Your kids are, I love the term, I've been using it a lot. My kids are over-therapetized. They've done all the therapies. Guess what, Carrie? It's time for you to spiritually connect. And it's time for you to continue teaching your kids those spiritual tools and those mindful tools and those conscious tools, because they're growing into themselves. And guess what? My kids yearn for it. They're asking me, can you do Reiki on me at night, Mom? And my little one, who's just turned 7, she's saying, Mom, I need my guided meditation tonight. Mom, I need you to draw the white light around the room so I don't have nightmares. I need you to help me talk about love. Let's talk about I am love, you are love, we are love. Our room is bursting with love. Our house is bursting with love. Every night, my 7-year-old asks for it. So these things that make a difference in our kids' lives, let's work together. Let's empower our kids, and let's empower you, because this can be a hard journey. I see you, parents. I see you raising kids in this ever-changing, very busy, often chaotic, often stressful world. Right now it's Mayvember. I call it Mayvember, like December, right? When we're all getting all the gifts for the kids and such. We're now getting teachers' gifts. We have recitals. We have end of the year soccer games. My son just got his badge in Cub Scouts, and we had this giant camp out, and we thought the weather was going to go crazy, but guess what? We stayed positive, and woo, the sun came out. So let's continue on this amazing parenting journey. Let's continue on being a spiritual parent. I would love to hear what that means to you. If you hear the spiritual parent, What does that mean to you? Reach out to me on Instagram, reach out to me on Facebook. We are now going to be the spiritual parent on Instagram and Facebook. You can also email us at info@hearttoheartlife.com. I love connecting and hearing what spirituality means to you and what you would love to learn. Let's continue working together because we are one, right? We're all connected. So let's leave with a mantra, affirmation, prayer. I love to put my hand on my heart, close my eyes if you're not driving. If you're driving, keep driving, and save this for later when you can do it in quiet. I want to say, here's to you parents for having the courage and the love in your hearts to seek what is next in your lives, to find these challenges that we face day to day, year to year, as moments and opportunities to heal, grow, and learn in together. You are not alone in this parenting journey. I see you, parents, and I appreciate the amazing work you are doing. Thank you so much for tuning in, conscious parents, and now spiritual parents. Well, that's a wrap. Thanks so much for tuning in, Changemakers. This is Carrie, and if you haven't done a review for us, 5 stars and a little few words about what you've enjoyed in our podcast episodes, we would really appreciate it. If you guys would like to ever message me, I would love any questions you have or any feedback at info@hearttoheartlife.com. We also have a brand new website, which we're super excited to share. It's hearttoheartlife.com. Thanks so much for tuning in, and happy life, happy times, Changemaker families. Bye. Please remember that the information shared on this podcast is educational in nature and does not constitute licensed mental health advice. If you need such advice, you should speak with a licensed professional about your unique situation. Thanks so much, happy listeners.